All right. So let's look at this. I want to teach you a simple way to learn to read music. All right. So the first thing you want to understand is if you look at the five lines on the top. So the five lines at the top. So these five lines, these ones. So you read them from the bottom to the top, all right? So this is going to be line 1, line 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and all you need to quickly figure out is know where that is on the keyboard. So here we have it here. So that's basically your five lines. That's basically your five lines. All right. Then, so basically starting from G, then from G you skip every other note. That is for your left hand, okay? That's for this one. But for this one, it's going to be after your middle C. So if you're using a 5-octave keyboard, it should be on the 3rd octave. So C, then you have from here. Do the same thing. Jump every other note. Skip this, take this, skip this, take this, skip this, take this, skip this, and take that. So you see, so that's all you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 5 lines. Then the 4 spaces is going to be these 1, 2, 3, 4. So now here's a simple way to approach this. Here's a simple way to approach this. So all you need to do is, if you look at this note now, this one, it's on the 1st and the 2nd space. So remember we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, right hand is this one. All right. Then the spaces is going to be this. So it means the first 2 space, which is this. As you can see, these 2 notes and the first 2 space. So the first space and the 2nd space. So 1, 2. So those are the 2 notes you play for that part. All right. So, but now in this case, because of the key that the music is in, it's in the key of D flat. So instead of F, so we can have F, then instead of A has to be flattened. So just remember the only note that is not flattened is your F and your C. So those are the only notes that are not flattened. So it means if your hand comes here, you stay there. If your hand comes here, then you choose this one. If your hand comes here, you choose this one. If your hand comes here, you choose this one. Hand comes here, you choose this one. Then hand comes here, you choose this one. All right, if that makes sense. So in this case now, since we have the first 2 space, which is supposed to be this, so we just have to take this one. Remember, F does not move. So it has to be this one and will be played twice. So that you can see. So take note, we are here. We're looking at this part. So remember, like I said, the 5 lines on this particular staff is this. That's all you need to know. Then the 4 spaces will be from F. So as you can see now, we have it on the 2 spaces. So the first space and the 2nd space. So that's why we're playing this. And this note represents 1 beat. So if you notice, we do the same thing when we come here as well. All right. Then as we come down, you will notice that it is coming down just a line to a space or space to a line. So all you need to do is follow the scale coming down like that. So if we have these two notes, so you have to follow the scale coming down, which will be this and this. See that? So that's why you must know the scale. So the scale, it only has F and C, and where we have all the remaining blacks. So that's how you quickly understand the scale. So all these blacks are included in F and C. So easy to remember. Okay. So let me jump here so that I will show you example again. So if you see this note here and you're trying to identify this note, what do you do? Remember the 5 lines and the 4 spaces. So the 4 spaces, which is this. So it's in the first space. All right. And if you notice, if we do the second space, it is in the line after the next. Remember, this is going to be the next space. So it should be the next line. So once you get that, you need to now bring it back to conform to the scale. So that's what we have here. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let me go back again. So the first one, like I said, will be this. Then you play that again. So this is where we are. You play this. So you repeat that same thing again. Then you come down the scale. Then you come down the scale again. You see that? So let's focus on this part. So we have, so now we need to count the beat. Count the beat. So the beat will be 1 beat, and this will be 2 beats, and this will be 1 and 1. So it'll be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. See that? 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So you keep like a steady beat. So 1. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 1, 2, pa, 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 pa. See that? 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So you get used to that movement first. So now let's look at the left hand now, which is this part. So focus on the 5 lines. So the 5 lines on the left hand is going to be this. See that? So if you notice, it's in the 3rd and the 5th line. So which is supposed to be this 3rd one and the 5th one. So let's leave the rest. So in this case now, to make it conform to the scale, we need to bring this back and bring this back. Remember, every note is flattened except F and C. So it should be this note. So it simply means this is what we have. Then we'll repeat that again. Then you repeat that again. Then here, you repeat that, but then you add this one on the lower finger, which would be, you see that? So it would be, so take note that here is supposed to be the 4th line. So if you understand that it is a skip, so basically following the scale. So the first thing is you need to understand the scale and know the scale well. So here I already know that since we have this note, this is the note before that one, and this is the note after that, and this is another note. So you see the note that is in the middle. The note that is in the middle is this one. See that? Is this one. So that's why we have this. See that? So it will be, see that? So it means we're repeating this more like 3 times. Then when we do the fourth one, we move straight to the F. So 1, 2, then 3, 4. You see that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. But now we have to count the beats now. So this will be 1 beat, then 2 beats, 1 beat, then this is 1 beat, then this is the end. So how would you count end? 1 end. You just need to learn to count your 1 when your head goes down. So you have 1, 1, 2. See that? 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 end. So when your head goes up, basically it's 1 end. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 end. You see that? So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 end. So you practice that. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 2. Sorry, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 and. So if you try to put both hands together now, so you have 1, 1, 2. You see that? 1, 1, 2. See that? 1, 1, 2. So this is where we are, so that you understand what we are doing. So I'm not too fast. So we're here. So we have 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. See that? 1, 1, 2. Then if we move to the third one, the hand is going down, but this one stays same place. So we have 1, 1. So 1, 1, 2, 1. You see that? 1, 1, 2, 1. See that? 1, 1, 2, 1. So you want to do that and get used to that. You understand? So once you get used to that, all right. Then here we're coming back down 1. So here will be, so get used to that. See that? So trying to put everything together, take it slow. Again. Slowly. You don't want to rush so that you get it very well. You see that? So you do it slowly like that. Okiki Ola, how you doing? That sounds like, where are you watching from? You see that? See that? Nigeria, I see the name now. Báwo ni kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? See that? So once you get that, let's move to this part. All right? And what instrument did you play? Okiki. Oh, you play the guitar. All right, that's good. Which guitar? Bass or electric guitar? Oh, electric. All right, that's good. Do you also know how to read music? All right. So, oh, you're still learning. All right. It's actually easy for you to understand. Very, very easy for you to understand. Oh, okay. Very new in that. Okay. So let me look for maybe something that is that might be easy in a simple key. So let's look for this one. Okay, this one might look very, very hard to understand. So, but let's break it this way. Wait, let me show you. Let me just give me 1 second. Okay. So let me show you. So all you need to understand for guitar, you're only going to be using this clef. So don't think too much about it. Just note that you have, if you look at here, we have 5 lines. You see these 5 lines. And here we have 4 space. They have 4 space. So all you need to take note of is that every line and every space represents a note. That's all. Yes, every line, that's good to take note. So every line and every space represents a note. So for the guitar, you only need this one. You don't need this one. So the only time when you need this one is used for bass guitar. And the 2 of them is used for piano. So for piano, left hand is playing this one, while right hand is playing here. But now let's focus on electric guitar. So for electric guitar, remember every line and every space is a note. Okay? Every line and every space is a note. So the next thing you want to take note of is that if you use the alphabet, as we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let's take, for instance, let's write A here, and we have B, we have C, we have D, we have E, we have F, we have G. Once you get to G, you go back to A again, all right? So let's probably just cancel that A. So it means the way we read it will go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that's how the sound is going up like this. It's going up like that. So, but the only difference is that the first line starts with E. So the first line starts with E. So you need to ask yourself, after E, you see this is E here. So the note that is under it is going to be D, or the note that is on top of it is going to be F. So that's all you need to understand. So in this case now, from E, the next space will be F. Exactly. So which will be the space. So take notes, we are going line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line. It's as simple as that. So once we get F, then exactly, the next line will be G. Exactly. Then the next space, what is the next space going to be? After G, remember, we have to come back to what? A. So once you get to G, you come back to the beginning again. So after A, what's the next? So the next line will be B. So the next, the same way, it will be the space, C. And the next, it will be the line, it will be D. And the next will be the next, E. And the next will be F. So technically, that's all you need to know, exactly, and so on. So that's all you need to know, at least the basics you need to understand. So once you understand that, the only thing you want to try and remember is that the first line starts with E. So the next thing you want to understand, what we have basically looked at now is called a step. So what is a step? A step is a movement from a line to a space or a space to a line. So the next thing you want to understand is understand skip. Skip. So how would you get skip? If we're trying to get the skip from E, it means we skip this alphabet and take this one. So in that case, from E, we have to skip and get to G. So that's how you get skip. So E, move to G. Okay, I know this is the only problem I have in playing is how to identify the chord progression of a particular song. How to identify a chord progression in a particular song. So now here is basically like the foundation. You understand? Before you now talk about with chords. So basically that's where we are going to, like you see the chords we are talking about now, is basically taking us into skips. So now you need to understand the skips. So from G, remember we'd have to skip A and get to B. So that's how we get here. You see that? So now, like you're talking about chords now, for example, you need to relate them based on the scale. So once you've understood that part, which is following the lines and getting the skip. So let's not jump anything so that you don't get confused as we move on. Because if I get into chords now, you don't understand this, you'll just be so confused. So once you get E, G, and your B, so the next question now will be that EGB has already created a chord. So you know that it has created a chord, which is basically a triad chord, like you're talking about now. So basically, this is how you create triad chords. Before we talk about the scale, all right? So now let's see if you can get the triad or the skips from B. So if you need to get it from B, all you need to do is have your B. You would have to skip B to D. Then D, you have to skip E to F. So basically, you've gotten the triad of that. So now, as you're talking about chords, now, so everything that you see here, let's say you should know this song. So for instance, you should know this song. So everything that you see here, you see, is basically a chord. And this one, as you see here, is basically a chord. So what is happening is that the notes are played together, but on different registers. So now, give me a practical example of what you say you are having challenges in. So let me look at what you said again. I know this is the only problem I have in playing. Okay, so your question is a quick one. What's the difference between chord and triad? I know triad is combination of 3 notes. All right, so basically a chord is when you play more than, I'll probably say maybe 3 notes together. So for instance, if we play this, because I'm not saying 2 notes, because 2 notes can be considered as an interval. So then when you have 3 notes, because for modern music, chord starts from more than 3 notes. You understand? So if you have 3 notes, when you play them together, basically we're talking about chords. So when we say triad, a triad is basically a 3-note chord. 3-note chord. But if you talk about chord is broad. Chord can have triad, it can have a 7th, it can have a 9th, it can have a 13th. You see that? So it can have a major 13th. So it can be broad more than just triad. So triad is the foundation. It's the foundation. So the first thing you want to probably know is your scale. Then if you understand your scale, then you know the interval, then you know the triads, then you would understand chords. So for instance, if I try to quickly rush it, because you cannot just achieve this in 2 seconds, all right? So let's take for the scale of C. See that? So the scale of C. Exactly. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So here, so to get the triad of this scale, so you can say tone, tone, like in Nigeria, we would always say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So in this case now, let's say you're trying to get the triad chord of this note. So you have to skip every note, take this, skip every note, and take this. So that way you've already gotten the triad of this note, which you can call your C, or you can call it your do, right? So that's why most people say, oh, play your do, play your fa, play your sol, play your la. All right. So in this case now, basically it simply means now we can now have basically do the same thing on every note. So we get the chord for do the same thing we're having for D, which is a re, then which is mi, then fa, then sol, then la, then ti, then do. So basically, we use the same concept to try to build triads in all the notes. All right. So if you now talk about trying to understand progressions. So progressions might now have, maybe you are playing from this, which can be your do mi so or your C E G, which is basically a major triad. Okay, so you need to know the quality of every chord. So this is the major triad, a minor triad, a minor triad, a major triad, a major triad, a minor triad, a diminished triad, and a major triad. Thanks, but this will help me right in playing guitar, right? Of course, yes. It's basically the same principle. Same principle. So the only difference is when you play the guitar, you need to now voice the chord in a different way, because your chords will not come exactly like do mi so. For instance, your chord can come do so do mi. See that? So instead of being do mi so, it can be do so do mi. In this case, you are still having the same chords, but you're just voicing it differently. So that's the difference between guitar. Yes, your inversion. So, but the most important thing is you have the same notes in that chord. That's what matters. Because if you look at it, this C is already here, and this E is already here. You understand, if that makes sense? Because you see, here's your guitar, for instance. So here's the guitar, for instance. So let's say, let's try this. So you see that. So all you need to understand now, if you want to play the chords, for instance, let's say you have, let me move it away so you can see properly. So, because for you to understand that on your guitar, you need to understand the positions, which is, you see that? So in this case, now we have your mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. So here we can play, which is your major triad, for instance. So the major triad here, so if you look at the notes that are there, it's basically your do, mi, so, do, mi. So that's why you can play major chord, do, mi, so, do, mi. You see that? So basically, all the notes are still do, mi, so, which is basically your C, E, G. So you can also add this. You see that? You can add the so if you want. So if you want inversion, even the way you play it, you can still play that and end on your do. And end your do instead of your mi. See that? All right. So tell me what you missed. What did you miss? Said I should come again. So what did you miss? So because here we have your C chord, for instance. So don't forget, you need to understand your position on your guitar, because you have your mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Yes, you use your major scale to get your do mi so. Yes. Because here now in the key of C we have then. So let me see if the electric guitar comes better. Yes, that's your C chord C, which basically you need to call it C major, or people can just say C. They say C because when it's a major chord, you don't have to say major or minor, it's not important. But when it's a minor, you must say C minor. All right. So I just play most of this. Oh, I see. All right, that's good. Oh, you're in photo. Is it photo or futa? Okay, 200 level. So let me know if you can hear that better, sir. Oh, Akure. Okay, I see. All right. So now, like you see, your C major scale. So you have your. Then. So here on the chord, we have do, mi. Sorry, we have the do, mi, so, do, mi. You see that? Do, mi, so. Sorry, do, mi, so, do, mi. So if you want a new version, you can still play do, mi, so, do, or do, mi, so. You see that? So basically, that is how you get your triad. So if you want to change things around, let's say you want to play something that is different from a triad. Let's say you're trying to make that chord maybe um, like a minor. So basically, the idea would be that you just reduce the reduce the third to give you. But now you see, for fingering purpose, it might be weird on the guitar, because if it's on the keyboard, I can just know I play this and I play this and just raise that one. But on the guitar, because I'm holding like this, I cannot just change this, flatten this, and flatten that, because you only have 4 fingers to use on that. So that's why the shape always changes. So the best way to look at that will be, if you want to play something, let's say like a major 7 chord, for instance. So a triad is your C, E, G, which is the same thing as your do, mi, so. So remember, after your G, if you want to skip again, you skip A to get to B. So from your so, you will skip La to get to T. So here you already have, so this is what we get, which will now become your 7th, but your major 7th chord in this case. So to get your major 7th chord in this case, now since you played that major chord, remember there are different voicings, there are different way you can always play that. But since you have this, which is your do, mi, so, do, mi, so your goal would be to remove the do and play the do as a T. So instead of playing do, mi, so, do, so you can take this do out. It now becomes T. You understand? So once you take that one out, you now have a major 7 chord. So if you play that, see that. So instead of, you understand? So now, for instance, you're trying to play Amazing Grace. You see that? It makes sense. So Amazing Grace. You understand? That's also a good option. So the same way, if you want to play, yeah, exactly. So the same way, if you want to play, remember we only did from C. So let's try to do from D. From D. So D would have to skip E, take F. Then from F, we skip G and take A. I hope you understand now. So here, D will be your Re, and Re skip Mi to take Fa. Fa skip So and take La. So here we have Re, Fa, La. So normally, when you say D minor, sorry. So you see that. So in this case, you see now it's being played as Re, Re, La, Re, Fa. Sorry. Re, La, Re, Fa. See that? Re, Re, La, Re, Fa. See that? Re, La, Re, Fa. So Re, La, Re, Fa. So now you can do the same thing as well. We want to make it a 7th as well. So we can still skip one more again. So A, skip B, we'll take C. Then La, skip T and take Do. So we have Re, Fa, La, Do. So now since we have Re, La, and Re, La, Re, Fa. So it means Re, La. We can remove the other Re and make it to Do. All right. So that way, if we remove this Re, which is this one here, it becomes this Do here. So the way we hold the chord now has to be different. So it's either you hold it like this, see, or you want to hold it like this. Oh, I see. I'm on low battery. I was not prepared for this. I just saw the notification and decided, why not? I'm going off. Nah, no offense. I really appreciate it. No worries. I would have been glad to have a tutor like you. I'm doing self-thought. Okay. All right. So what you need to do is send me a message. Where are you watching? You're watching on Pentatonic KC, right? So send me a message. Look for either my Instagram or my Facebook. Send me a direct message or my TikTok. Just send me a direct message and let me know. What's your name again? What's your name again? So that way you'll be able to contact me directly. Then I can help you out on some stuffs. Oh, Kiki. Okay. Okay. All right. So just send me a direct message in down my TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. And just let me know it's you. Then we can see how to help you out. All right. Okay. So let me get back to this we're looking at here. So like I said, the best thing to do if you want to read something like this, it might scare you. Yeah, it's the same, Pentatonic KC. So just look for Pentatonic KC or Pentatonic KC music lessons, whichever one. If you send me a message now, I'll see that. Then, but still, because I'm not in Nigeria, I'm in America. So even if I still need to help you out with some things, then you would have to make sure you have data. Okay, you just have to have data. Very, very important. All right. So in case I'm trying to play something like this, so the first thing you want to take note is this 4 sharps. So 4 sharps in this case basically is in the key of E major. So E major. So the most important thing you want to remember in the key of E major is that, so in the key of E major, all you need to remember is we have F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. So now let me explain this in a very simple way so that you know how to read other keys easily. So this is for your right hand. This is for your left hand. This is also applicable to bass guitar. This is also applicable to guitar or even saxophone. So depending on your instrument. All right, so now let me explain this. So for the right hand, locate your 5 lines. So your 5 lines start from this E. So all you need to do now is skip every other white note or skip every other note. Okay, so you skip this note, take this, skip this, take this, skip this, take this, skip this, take this. You have the 5 lines. So these are the 5 lines, okay? So if you want to have the 4 spaces, move to the next after E, which is F. Then do the same skip pattern again. Skip this, take this, skip this, take this, skip this, take this. So these are the 4 spaces. Now, I want you to take note of something. This is on the first line. So let's make that bigger. Let's focus on the right hand alone. Let's make that bigger. So we're focusing. So we want to get this note. Say it's in the first line. So take note is going to be this note. See that? So now, to locate this other line, see that it's you doing the skip pattern backwards. So here, skip pattern backwards and take the next white. So that way, if you look at it, it's already in the key of E, Remember, in the key of E, the only notes that are sharpened is this. So it means anytime you play touch F, you have to make sure it's F sharp. And anytime you touch G, make sure it's G sharp. Anytime you touch C, make sure it's C sharp. Anytime you touch D, make sure it's D sharp. Very, very important. So let me take you somewhere else again. Hi, Sunny Days, how you doing? So let's go here, for instance. Let's say I go somewhere else. I want to go something that is different. So you see here now, it looks scary like this, but all you need to focus on is this on the first line. Close note, yes. Free play. So okay. All right, got it. So here, oh, happy birthday song. All right, that's a quick one. So here now, the first line. So first line is this. And here, that's the fourth space. Remember, this is the space. So it should be this one. You see that? So that already tells you same note, right? So that's how easy it's for you to know, identify a note. So, but let's go back to the beginning so that we'll go over it step by step. So now that we have the first line, which is this, and this other line here is basically doing the skip pattern. You jump this white note and the next. So which is this skip pattern, then you move to the next white. So if you look at it, that's the same thing you're doing again. See that? So which is 1. So you're doing 1, 2. Then when you come here, if you look at here, this note is the same, which is this E, is the same. Immediately that I see this, I already know that it's my skip note. So if you don't want to waste so much time, let's say 1, 2. But in this case, because anytime we play G, we need to make sure the G is sharpened. See that? So the best way for you to understand it is basically understand the scale. So if you know the scale, you understand. So once you have that, you quickly know that since you have this, which is basically your 1, then this will be 2, 3. See that? So that's your 3. So you're having, so what we have here, so what we have here, so what we have here is, so you want to go over that. I cannot hear you, Sunny Days. So now let's look at what the left hand is doing. So left hand here. So for here, remember 5 spaces or 5 lines will be this. Then 4 spaces will start from here. As simple as ABC. All right. So spaces. So you see it's on the last 2 spaces. So it means we have to take this one. So that's the note. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2. But you see now, remember, because we're in the key of E, this has to be sharpened because we don't need to have G. It has to be G sharp. Then remember, that's why you must know the scale. Instead of here, it has to be in the key of E. So if you put both hands together, the first one is, the next one is, see that? So you want to get used to that. Then the right time, the next line is, so we have, oh, birthday again. All right, I see you, sunny days. All right, it's also a twinkle twinkle little star. All right, so let me see what's happening here. Then here should be, then so both hands are doing the same thing at the same time. So then, okay. Okay, I see that. Then we have, then Jack and Jill. Does it really have a tune? Jack and Jill sounds like maybe like a like what do you call it? Let's see. Jack and Jill. Let me look for Jack and Jill. No, I cannot hear you, but I can see you said Jack and Jill. Looking for that. See. I don't think I know that one, Jack and Jill. I'm trying to look for that if I can see Jack and Jill. I'm just trying to get it. Just patient. Be patient. You want happy birthday vocal? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Sunny day. Happy birthday to you. Giving you some Jimmy Reeves vibes. Or is it Don Williams? Yes. Roll, roll, roll your boat jet upon the stream. No, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. No, 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 no. I cannot hear you. All right, so let me see. I cannot find Jacket Jew. The slap bass. I only have the keyboard right here. Yeah, I think I. Oh, you want to hear the organ? Let's see if I have organ. Okay, I think let's look at the next line. And which one is ABC? I don't know that one. Okay, so All right, sunny day. Okay. All right. That's it. I'm gonna see you guys some other time.